Papa. Oh?
The question you might ask is why in the world should you be bothered about the constitution being changed? Yesterday, Pastor Mensah said something, if you listen to the end. And he said he was asking himself, what makes him Ghanaian? Because if he goes to Uganda, he's sure he will be taken for Uganda. If he goes to anywhere else in Africa, he's very sure he will pass for one of them. So what at all makes him Ghanaian? Or people say, where's your Ghanaian passport? And he said he came to the conclusion that it's the law. He's living under a certain law. That law is what defines him. If he decides today to shed his Ghanaian identity, he can't live in no man's land. He will fall under another country's law. There's a small window for us to input into that law. The window has not been given a proper date, partly because when they started, a lot of people started making noise about how they went about it. And so it's kind of like it's become a bit silent, but it will happen. And when it happens, we want to be sure that as many people as possible will know about it and are ready to go and say, this is me, I'm a Ghanaian. If you want to change it, here's my thumb, here's my vote. I either vote yes for what you're trying to change or no, because it's my right. So that is where we are at now. So there are people in charge of the roads, the water, the infrastructure, all those things. There's no square plot in this country that does not have somebody in charge of it. The people in charge of it are responsible for making sure that those places are in the correct states. If they can't be in the best state, they should at least be in the correct state, because whenever you buy something, you are charged tax. When you start working, you are paying tax. Your school you're attending, you're paying tax. In many aspects of your life, you're paying tax. Those taxes, when you pay the toll booth, all the monies are supposed to help to improve your area, to improve your school, to improve your life, to make sure there are jobs for you. That is not happening. But there are people in charge of it. Now those people, you don't have the right to vote them. Maybe you're not aware of that yet. But the person, we call them the district chief executives. They work with the district assemblies. Those people who you will go to and say, please, I have 20 cities. My neighbor has 20 cities. We can add it to your 100 cities to sort the road out. Those people, you don't have the right to vote them. Whoever sits in the presidency, because the presidents here, they come and go. But whoever sits in that office is the one who appoints that person for you. We believe very firmly that this should not be the case. There's something called a citizens' initiative, sometimes called popular initiative. What this thing does is that you said you've all heard about Occupy Ghana. On 1st July, the reason why the whole thing went out of control is because we had a small petition that we wanted to send to the president to say, we can't take it anymore, we are in pain. This is it, take it and let us look on your face and see that you've taken it and you're going to work on it. This petition that we're taking, that we're almost bombarded for, in actual fact, it has no power. We can send 1 million every day, 1 million petitions every day. There's nothing that says that the president or anybody in parliament should be bothered about it. It's not a law. In other countries in Africa, it's a law. If 30,000 registered voters or citizens in Burkina Faso, 30,000, put their names on a petition like that, sign and send it by law, it should be looked at, debated in parliament. And the people should be given the right to vote on it themselves and say, we want this into law, we want this acted on. I think in Kenya, if 1 million registered voters do that, it's the same thing. They should be listened to. What this means is that people find it very difficult to play around with you because they know that the law allows you to determine what their actions result in. It allows you to say, look, we are tired of this particular MP. 5 million of us have signed a petition saying, fire this man, he should be fired. It makes them a bit more careful. We don't have that law. Now, putting these two things together alone, just for them to be in the constitution, is a guarantee that your grandchild will probably have it a bit more better than we do now. That is all we want.
I'm saying that we need to vote for our ECs and MMCs and the MCs so that they can become accountable to us, right? But I also think that that portfolio is not the only thing that the president has the power to do, that we the citizens don't have. But then there is a whole lot of stuff like the EC, where it said that we the citizens should have the mandate to vote for.
Which part of the EC?
The EC, the appointment.
The commissioner?
The commissioner, yeah, the commissioner.
Okay.
Yeah, the sole commissioner of the EC. That we the citizens should have the mandate to vote.
Going through the CRC, it is not there.
Yeah.
Nothing of that sort. Nothing of that sort. But let me ask as well, wouldn't you feel confident, or at the moment, don't you feel confident in the electoral commission? Whether or not we have political affiliation with the ruling government, we don't care. We simply don't care. So long as we find you in that district, we are members of that district, what matters to us is that we have roads, we have schools, we have hospitals, okay? You should be responsible for the development of the district.
The gap between the rich districts and the poorer districts become larger. But if you stay in a community where the people are peasant farmers and fishermen, how will we get the money to those schools, hospitals?
That is where central government will then have the responsibility to ensure that all districts are at least on a level playing ground. Okay, obviously, if you find yourself in, let's say, the city of Accra, a designated district in the city of Accra, may not be compared to some faraway district somewhere up in Wa or something. You get what I mean? The development of the district, as you have rightly indicated, depends on the resources within that district.
But not to cut you short, I think, apart from the central government being responsible, after all, there has been a DC elected, right? The president should be responsible for making sure that your community is performing well. Other than that, then why is the president there? So if the people feel that that district is not doing as well, the first step should be the DC. The second step should be the assembly because he works with other people. From there, then perhaps central government. Because if we don't do that, then we are just voting people for nothing.
It says that the constitution is supreme in Ghana. And in the 1-2, it says that any enactment or any law that is inconsistent with the provision of the constitution shall be null and void. With the people of Ghana, whose name and for whose welfare the powers of the government are exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down by the constitution. Now, back to the matters where you raised, for example, where we can't account for who our DCs and are. I think that it's contrary to what the provision of the constitution says, because it says that we are the people. It is we the law is made out of, or we are the people the law is made of. Now, there should be such a provision in the constitution clearly stating that, because I don't know how you can state that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people, yet we do not have any say in what happens to us.
What we are seeking to do is to source funding from NGOs such as Star Ghana who support these initiatives. Do you understand? At Legon Ghana,
I am a citizen of Ghana who by the constitution has every right to take up any leadership position I seek to take up. Since I am an adult, at least the Ghana constitution makes us know that if you are above the age of 18, you are an adult. So the first reason is that I'm an adult and I am a citizen of Ghana, so I have every right to take up any leadership position. The second one is that education has given me the adequate knowledge that I need, and I believe I possess the skills and the capacities to be able to take up any leadership position. And the third thing is that I believe leadership is service, and I have a heart of service. So I believe that once I am willing to serve people, I have every capacity to do.
Thank you.
Also of the same opinion that leadership is about service. That is good. She also believes she's a Ghanaian. When she's from Ghana, she has a responsibility towards her people to lead them as well. And also education has made her understand. Since we live in Ghana, we look at our geography and realize that most of the uneducated people are more than the educated ones. So since
it's 4 of 1 to 5.
I'll give her a 4.
Wow. You give her a 4?
Yeah.
Mina?
I'll give her a 4.
You give her a 4. Why?
Because I deem people who see leadership to be service to be a great idea. Anybody who is willing to serve is good to be a leader.
The first one, I think, is attitude. The second one is sacrifice. The third one is service. Talking of attitude, I think before anyone can be a leader or a good leader, he should have a positive attitude.
I think I'm also going to give it a 4.
Okay.
The reason why I think I can lead is the heart of service. And secondly, I would say my vision and goals that I also have for people. And also finally I would say, okay.
Leadership is not just about, though it's also equal to service, but not just about kind of service. You should also have the skills. You should also have the skills, the abilities to lead, which I think I have. But to some extent, this is a very big argument that people think leadership are born, others think leadership are, leaders are trained. Leaders too are born. It's a very deep debate, which in my case, I combine the two. That leadership, you can be born as a leader, but in the course of the day, you will lose that kind of leadership.
Because you can be a leader, and then sometimes you will have executives who have ideas contrary to yours. But if you able to consider their state of mind and where they are coming from, you'll be able to understand them and then find a better way of getting them on your side or bringing up the good way of developing that your association or any sort of sort.
Is to be able to find the potential in each and every one, and also to be able to fulfill their purpose here. I have belief that if each and every one here is able to find this purpose and is able to serve it, the world will be a perfect place. Because we are all here for this. And one of the most important things about leaders here is not to actually just be just a head or a functional something about people, but rather you are supposed to help them become better. You are supposed to help them become great. Because if you're a leader who is always staying on top of people and suppressing them, in order to keep them down, you will have to be there. But then if you bring whatever is in them, someday when you are not around, at least when you started, they'll be able to continue.
Thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much for coming, and let's
Nane nyame bwa hen